I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you're not where you thought you'd be at by June, it's okay. You're not alone. We all feel it, but you do need a plan going into the end of the year because it's about to get real. There's so much going on. You're not behind, but you do need a plan going into the next 6 months, and that's exactly what we're gonna do today. So in January, I definitely wrote down my goals. I didn't make a vision board because I felt like my goals were kind of carrying on through 2025. And I was still working towards because they were kind of big goals. Like every goal was kind of big. So it wasn't like a boom, boom, boom. It was a lot that I had to get done. And I'm still getting things done. I'm like really slowly but surely making my way to there. But the plan that I am doing right now is my mid-year reset. You're going to want to do this too. I feel like it's pretty useful. I feel like it puts it on paper, makes it very easy to understand and digest, and writing things out on paper and really putting it in plain view, plain sight makes it easy to have clarity and like a lot more direction. So I definitely think you should do this. I definitely think you should get you a notebook. And if you did not write your 2026 goals down, that is okay. You can still write down some goals now. Don't try to overcomplicate or overpromise things to yourself, because then sometimes when you fall too short when it was like never really possible, you feel like, oh, I didn't even know why I tried. But that's not the case. Sometimes you do have to be realistic in life. You do have to be realistic, but a lot of things can happen in 6 months. So do not sit there and think too small. For your June reset, for your mid-year reset, first things first, you want to write down your wins. You want to give yourself your flowers. You want to give yourself, your pats on the back, because you still accomplished something, whether it was small, big, whatever. I would definitely write down anything you feel like is a win. And this just helps you, give you that confidence and confirmation that yes, you are possible of doing things. You are possible of moving mountains. You are possible of overcoming things. You are possible of doing more. Even if you thought that you weren't, you literally are. So yes, please do your wins. So top wins for me for 2026 so far, I have more, but I say dropping my digital products, and I paid down a lot of my debt, and I also got my website finished, and I'm very happy with those things. Those are things that I wanted to get done. Those are things that I said I was going to start doing, things that were very important to me, have been very important to me, but accomplishing the goals on a bigger level for me has been great. Another part of your reset, I feel like, as going into the end of the year, you should identify any kind of challenges or things that are not helping you progress. That could be anything, but I think you should identify them and try to eliminate them. And once you identify your key challenges, write them down. Write down some habits, write down some people, write down some things that you feel like is not helping you. When you really sit down and evaluate, I know this is like kind of boring, but it is necessary. And me putting it down on paper made it, like I said, clarity, made it very clear. And it was like, because you write down key challenges and you just start jotting. You write down top wins and you just start jotting, and it just kind of flows. And it's like the first things that come off your head is the first things that come off your head. If you're sitting there like, oh, I don't know what's the challenge that I have, is it Netflix binge watching? Is that it? Like, what's something that is preventing you from doing things that you said you're going to do, doing things that you know you need to do, or stopping you from doing it, or making you doubt that you could do it? Like, what is that? And I'm not saying these have to be the biggest goals of your life, but these are goals. And if they have been goals for a while that you feel like you have not been progressing towards, this is what the plan is supposed to help you with. It's supposed to make it clear and obvious as to where you're trying to go and why you have not gotten there. Like, it could be family, and it could be some things that you cannot, like hardships and stuff like that, and family grievances and stuff. But if that is the case, then you would want to write that down, because it just makes it easier for you to evaluate and you to understand. Also, not beat yourself up, but gain clarity and make your next move your best move. Next thing, you're gonna want to write a chart. I will upload the chart because it helped me, but mine's is kind of wonky, so I'm not gonna show you guys. But okay, you have your goal, then you have last year's result as of like the end of 2025. Then you have this 6-month year's result right now. And then you have your target for the end of 2026 and what you feel like your status is at. It could be green, yellow, red. Honestly, a lot of mine were yellow. A lot of mine were yellow. If it was to drink less, if it was to party less, if it was to increase your amount of steps, it was to eat less sugar, if it was to, of course, all my stuff is fitness, if it was to increase your savings, if it was to spend more time with your children, if it was to, I don't know, rebuild your relationship with with yourself or confidence, you can kind of estimate that based off of how you feel. Some of those, I mean, I feel like are obvious, like if it was finances or whatever, but the things that you feel are a little bit more not tangible, I would definitely say based off of how you feel and how much effort and time you've been putting into that category that you said that you wanted to do, that you said you wanted to build this relationship with yourself. You said that you want to love yourself more. Do you feel like you have been pouring into yourself more? Do you feel like you've been giving yourself more time to do your skincare? Do you feel like you've been giving yourself, or whatever it is, or more time to journal and meditate and be by yourself and pour into you? Or do you feel like you're still not doing that? Are you still feeling like, oh, I can and I just don't want to, but I really want to? Like, how are you feeling? And I think that will give you the status based off of how you felt last year about yourself or whatever that goal was. And then how you feel right now. I think that'll help give you the status. Because I know some of the answers won't be like a whole number or very, like I said, tangible, direct answers. But based off your goals and how you feel, write it down. We'll gain some clarity on it. Like, dang, that was a goal and I did forget about it and I did neglect it again for the 13th year. I've been neglecting me. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Now that you have your chart, we're going to see what is working. What do you feel like is working and what do you feel like is not working? Like habits, like what have you been doing that has helped you? What have you been doing? What have you been watching? What have you been eating or doing? And you know, what do you think has actually helped you? What habits do you need to leave behind? What habits did you pick up on accident that you're looking at yourself now and you're just like, ooh, looking at your bank account like, ooh, I might have went through their drive-through a little bit too much. I could have meal prepped a little bit. I could have. I had to realize that I honestly needed to go back to going to the gym a little bit more. I kind of started slacking and going like 3 to 4 times. And I don't feel my best. I do not. I feel my best at 4 to 5 times going to the gym. And I'm so happy that I had that realization because now I know. I feel like sometimes you gotta have a step back you gotta have a step back to kind of realize like, you see, that's exactly why I don't do that. When you fall off, everybody's gonna fall off. Nobody has a straight and narrow path of reaching their goals. Nobody has a straight and narrow path of evolving and being better. No. Heck no. It is consistency and it is discipline and it is getting right back to it as soon as you fall off. Like, good habit is beating the bad habit. That's how you switch them. It's not, I don't think it's going to be just a flip of a switch of you just trying to do something that you are not used to doing when you're used to doing it a completely different way. When you're used to doing the complete opposite. You drinking water every single day, every meal, and you ain't drink no water. You're not a water drinker. Like, I drink water, but if I did not drink no water and in I don't know how long, I'm not going to beat myself up over it for not doing it for the whole rest of my life. Because that's just unrealistic. And people need to give themselves grace and understand that you are human. You will make mistakes. We all make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. You heard Hannah, okay? So you are human. You're going to make mistakes. And the whole point of it is to just come back to it and bring you back to where you're supposed to be at. Bring you back in, okay? Then you're going to make your next 90-day plan. That is basically what you're going to do for the next 3 months. That's third quarter. It'll be things that you can measure that you know for sure if you do achieve these things that you are making progress in whatever it is that you are trying to accomplish. If it's about loving yourself more and you write down, okay, I know I'm going to do 2 solo dates a month. Tell myself affirmations every day or tell myself affirmations every other day or something. My goals pertain to work. My goals pertain to posting. My goals pertain to YouTube. My goals pertain to finances as well as the gym and maintaining / upgrading my body. Nothing crazy, but I have been doing my body sculpting. I plan to do some laser hair removal, which is all part of my 2026 goals. Part of my 2026 goals, I turned 25. I said, ooh, I need to take care of this woman body. So yeah, but whatever your goals are, put them down into a measurable number. If you are trying to make your relationship better, it would be something like making sure that we are doing date nights, I don't know, or making sure that I am preparing them a lunch or something. I don't know, but you get what I'm saying. Something that you can track and like check off of if you were making a list. If you're making a list and that was something that needed to be done, you would put it on there, and then you would see like, oh no, I am putting in the effort, I am putting in the work, I am doing something towards that goal, because I know that this is something that I need to start doing to feel better about that. I mean, if it's your savings or if it's your work job or if it's something like that, that's a little bit more easy, because it's like, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do that, I need to do this, you know? That's a little bit more, you know, clear, cutthroat. I wouldn't say try to make your goal all the way till December, because working in smaller chunks is easier to attain. It's easier to set the goals. It's easier to work with. It's easier to digest. It's just easier, okay? And you're more on track. When you sit here and think from January to December, there's so much that goes on. But within the next 12 weeks, I feel like it is just so much more easier to look at a goal, make it attractive and attainable, and actually work towards it and actually get some real results that you can then base your next step off of. It's always like a game plan. I feel like it's always kind of like, what do I do with the pieces I have now? Because life is so crazy and life just does whatever it wants to at the same time as what we be trying to do. Life still be doing whatever it wants to. And you have to really take in whatever is all going on and like account for all that as well. But you can always control you. That's bottom line. And controlling yourself, what you do, what you don't do, what you involve yourself with, what you don't involve yourself with, the things that you listen to, the people that you listen to, the people you have around you, stuff like that is always going to create the life that you want for yourself. And I just hope that this helped you guys. I hope that the mid-year reset did not scare you guys, but it did encourage you guys, and you guys know to go home, get your notebook. If you don't have a notebook, go buy one. Put your goals down. Put how you're going to do it, what's working, what's not working, where you're at with the goals. And if this is your first time writing anything down, I am so proud of you. I'm proud of you regardless for watching this. But I feel like with everything going on, it is even more important right now for everybody to get on their Zoom. To get on their Zoom and get very, very serious, because, yeah, we don't really know what's to come. However, I suggest that you buckle up, prepare, and make do with what you have right now as best as you can. All the tools, resources, skills, everything you possess, and make a name for yourself, make a life for yourself, make something that you're proud of. Hope this inspired you. I hope to hear more from you. Drop down in the comments below what you guys are going to be working towards or what you guys took from this video. And I'll see you guys in the next video.